Good morning. It is day 26 of Talk Through Our Pain as we walk through our healing. Today we are going to be tackling financial pain. And this is definitely an area that I feel out of all of these is the area that has affected me the most for one reason or another. Mostly because of my own failings, my own just not learning from lessons or other people or whatever, but this is still an area that God is healing me in. And I am grateful that we can continue to learn and grow and change. So the part of the journal is how this pain is affecting me. I can't afford things that my kids or my grandkids or my husband wants. So I have been, for the most part of my 28 years of marriage, been the one responsible for the finances because I just have an aptitude more toward numbers than my husband. There's really no other reason. There's been times where he was responsible or we even split it. None of those worked for us well. So out of the two of us, I was the best candidate for taking care of our finances. He is involved to the degree he wants to be involved. He has access to everything. He asks me questions. I answer the questions. So there's nothing hidden. He gets alerts on his phone when any sort of money is spent out of our account. So that was one way that we could communicate about the finances so that we're not always talking about it, but he can see as money is going. But anyway, it has been so many trials and errors through our 28 years together of still trying to figure this out. And I wish that I could say we were further in this, but this is also just one of the areas of that each of us kind of has areas of growth. You know, yours may be in emotions or mental or spiritual. Financial is mine. And so we are still in that stage of just trusting the Lord. And he has never failed us. So I don't know what my problem is. Anyway, how I'd like God to heal me. Give me creative ideas for thoughtful gifts. Heal me from going into debt for material things. Now, a lot of this that I was thinking of when I was writing this had happened many years ago. Dale's children now are in their 30s, but I remember being a young married person. We have these two kids. There's all these birthday parties and, just things that they need and want. And we wanted to give that to them, but we couldn't always afford it. And we would go in debt. So this is so silly when I think about it now, but I can't believe I did this. But okay, so this was me. I'm 18 years old. I get married. I get a credit card. I think it had $1,200 limit, something like that. And this was when wages, so I made, I think, $5.25 an hour. So anyway, just to kind of give a little context to that, $1,200 was a lot of money. Before my first month payment, I maxed it out because I took this wound of myself, which was I didn't have a space when I went to my dad's because I was from a broken home. I didn't have a space, my own. I didn't have clothes there, so I always had to take things there. So I always felt like a guest. Well, I was like, I don't want your children to feel like a guest. I want to, so stupid now, but when I think about, that was my heart though, and I think the heart part was great. I just wish we would have been able to communicate through it. But that was the heart behind it. The stupid part was that I'm buying them clothes that they're only wearing every other week. And they're growing out of them so fast, but my credit card isn't going down. So eventually we had to kind of just come to the understanding they're going to bring clothes with them when they come to stay with us. And now I had this debt for years of clothing of our kids from years ago. It was ridiculous. The heart behind it, good, but the way we went about it was not good. So that is just showing you how easy I had gotten used to just putting down a credit card. I just was like, free money, free money. It is never free, and the interest is crazy. So my husband and I went through Crown Ministries when we were young. Since I have studied up on Dave Ramsey, I think his plan is very good. Get $1,000 set aside for emergency, then try to save up about 3 months of your salary or what it takes to run your household as you are getting out of debt. So there is even the snowball effect. If you can acquire like $300 more and just put that toward principal and just snowball that every month, and then when that first bill is done, you add that to that 300 and you just keep going. That has helped us a lot, and I appreciate those words of wisdom. And that really is the issue with financial pain, wisdom. That is what solves the problem, is wisdom. Today's wants is tomorrow's debt. Is it worth it? That's the question we have to always ask ourselves. Is it worth it? There is a statement, debt is the slavery of the free. Ugh, I don't want to be a slave to anything, let alone debt. And until we experience painful things in this area, sometimes we don't learn. I wish I could have learned from other people. And I have in some areas, in some aspects of it. I'm grateful for this part. This is where wisdom helped me a lot, is I never wanted a house so expensive or a living environment so expensive that we were house poor. And what that means is we would have nothing else to like no other amount of money to go toward anything else in our life except our home, whether that be the utilities and what it took to run the home. So we did tend to live beneath our means, but we also have debt. If we didn't have debt, we would have a lot more money, whether to save it or to give it or to do things with. That one decision of making sure we never were house poor has helped us a lot in our whole life. So try your best to lean into wisdom when it comes to financial pain. And Jesus will always make sure that you're provided for. He is faithful. We tithe our money, we give to the Lord. He is faithful to provide for us. But we also have to partner with him in that and use wisdom. So I hope that blesses you today. Of course, I would love to chat with you in the comments, or you could reach out to me privately. Any of it's fine. And I would love to share with you more of my journey and have you share with me too. So be blessed, and I'll see you next time.